Hi, and welcome to Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lichia. Today we are going to talk about the New York Giants' first win. We're going to talk about all the drama surrounding the Cowboys. We're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers falling victim to Tom Brady. We're going to talk a little bit about MLB and the MLB playoffs because I'm a Dodgers/Yankees fan, and when my team is in anything, I will talk about it. Then we're going to discuss Giannis's future. So, first of all, the New York Giants get their first win of the season, improving their record to 1-4. Oh my god. Actually, no, it's 1-5. Oh my god. I think that I'm just done. I'm done with the NFC East. Like, I have a strong opinion that nobody from the NFC East should be in the playoffs. Like, they're all four teams are complete trash. I just don't understand. The Giants could go on a run here and get into the playoffs. Like, that is what is ridiculous. They should give the whole divisional thing should be changed and make it more like the NBA where you've got standings because that would make it more competitive. It would make teams actually step up and want to do their job. I'm over it. Like, seriously, entirely over it. Although, I'm happy that the Giants have won. Now let's move on and talk about another team in the NFC East. How about them Cowboys? The Dallas Cowboys. They have sucked. Their defense is complete garbage. Like, I watch them and I'm like, do you just fall asleep the minute that the ball gets snapped? Is there any sort of fight in you guys? And now you're hearing in the locker room that there's locker room drama between the players and the coaches. And I think that this is more of a reason why Dak Prescott is going to get a lot of money. Andy Dalton just made Dak Prescott a whole bunch of money. And I think we take for granted the leadership aspect to Dak Prescott because we heard none of this come out while he was in the locker room. And yet now we're hearing all of this come out. And I think that that is going to lead a lot of people to believe that Dak is a true leader and deserves to get paid. He already should have been paid, but that's neither here nor there. Um, that's more of a Jerry Jones thing than what we can all discuss. Um, yeah, I truly believe that Dak is going to get a massive contract now. A massive contract because his leadership qualities are so much better than Andy Dalton's. Now let's move on to what was supposed to be the game of the night, the game of the week. The Green Bay Packers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or as I like to call them, the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers, which, seriously, Tom Brady and Gronkowski have officially come back and they are great together. It's like, when you have had your favorite food taken away from you for so long and then you finally get it back and it tastes so good. That's what it felt like to see Tom Brady throw that past to Gronk. I was like, they're back. They're back together. They're a happy marriage now. We can all just slow our roll. Tom Brady's fantastic. Gronk is fantastic, and the dynamic duo is back together. I just laugh at all these Aaron Rodgers fans that come out and say, oh, he's better than Tom Brady. Oh, he's better than Tom Brady. Oh, he's better than Tom Brady. He might not be as accomplished, but he's better. He's better in every other way. I'm like, So he threw a pick six, and then his entire confidence was shot. Tom Brady throws interceptions all the time, but yet he constantly gets back up. He has this mentality of a killer that I have not seen in another quarterback. The leadership qualities of a Tom Brady, I would take a million times over the leadership qualities of an Aaron Rodgers. As I've got in my notes here, I say Tom owns Aaron. I think that Aaron totally wilted in the face of a real opponent. And I'm actually quite worried about the Packers because their previous wins have all been to pretty trash teams. So yeah, I'm actually quite worried. I think that the team to beat in the NFC is actually the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I would not be surprised if you are seeing by the time the Super Bowl gets played that you are seeing Tom hold up his seventh Lombardi trophy. I think that is a truly, that's a good prediction because Tom Brady deserves it. Like it, and we're seeing what's happening in New England with them being under 500. So, was it more Belichick or Brady? Clearly, it was more Brady. Belichick had a losing record before he got Brady. Let me just put that out there. Anyway, let's move on to a sport that I barely ever talk about. That is baseball, the MLB. And the MLB World Series is between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. Wow. I am so happy that the Dodgers are in there. As a fan of anything LA, apart from their football teams, because they didn't have football teams and I decided that I liked football and I loved New York, so New York Giants were it for me. I am so happy that the Dodgers are in the World Series. You've got one team that folds from 3-1 down in the Los Angeles Scissors, and then you've got one team that comes back from 3-1 down in the Los Angeles Dodgers. So which LA team is better? I think that the Dodgers are better. Nobody can. I still am laughing over the fact that the Los Angeles Scissors lost a 3-1 lead. I know. We've moved on. We've got a new coach in Ty Lue. They've got a new coach in Ty Lue. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'll discuss all coaching changes next week because we've still got more coaching changes coming through. But yeah, I'm excited about this World Series because I only watch baseball literally once a year during the World Series. Like, it's not a fun or exciting sport. I think I'm done with watching baseball during the regular season. It's never fun. But the World Series is fun, but the rest of it's not. So now let's talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo's future and where I think he will go. I think he's going to stay with the Milwaukee Bucks. Back when they were eliminated from the playoffs, he unfollowed all of his teammates and only followed his family and somebody that inspired him, and that's Kobe Bryant. Kobe stayed with one team his entire career, and I think we are beginning to get a resurgence of that. I think the player movement era is almost going to be over because you've got people like Giannis who want to stay loyal. You've got people like Devin Booker who would be the best player on a championship team in any other team, but he's stuck in Phoenix. And then we've got people and Devin Booker's elite, like he's an elite player. Then we've got Damian Lillard, who, again, like Devin Booker, is an elite scorer, is an elite player, and he wants to stay in Portland. We've got the Splash Brothers and Draymond all in Golden State. I think that there is a resurgence of that, and I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm excited to see where loyalty and player loyalty lies, because for the longest time we have seen, since LeBron James's decision to move to Miami, we've seen a lot of player movement, and I think it I don't know the word for it, but it made when they won a championship seem a lot less impressive. That they didn't go the hard way, that they went the easy way. And I know winning a championship is still hard, and you can have all the talent in the world and not win a championship. But I do think that there is a player resurgence of staying with one team. And I do think it is after all the outpouring of love that the Lakers have had towards Kobe. Think they see that. I think they see an entire fan base, and everybody wants to have that love that you get. Like the Laker fans love Kobe on another level than any other fans. Any other fan base does not have that attachment to a player like they do, like Lakers fans have to Kobe. Because he stayed there his entire career, he stayed loyal to the team his entire career, and the team stayed loyal to him. I think that that is coming back. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how the owners either either give them more money towards the end of their career to make them stay, or just are loyal beyond belief. Because I think that that's the truth. I think that people are now starting to become a lot more loyal, which is incredible. And I think that's a trait that needs to come back in all walks of life. You need to stay loyal. So yeah, I do think Giannis is staying. He's going to sign that supermax of $250 million. Like, you've got to be absolutely joking if you don't sign that. Like, I would love to be in a position to turn down $250 million. Like, wouldn't you guys? Anyway, let's move on to week 7 of the NFL. So we've got the Giants versus the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Giants. But seriously, this game is going to suck. It's going to be awesome to watch the suckage of this game. We've got the Saints versus the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Saints. Just because I still believe in Drew Brees. Even though he's having a couple of off weeks, I just think that I still believe in Drew Brees. We've got the Jets versus the Bills. I'm going with the Bills because there's no way in hell that I'd be going with the Jets. And next week, we're going to be discussing the Trevor Lawrence comment about the Jets. I'm very looking forward to discussing that. Then we've got the Battle of Ohio, the Bengals versus the Browns. I am going to go with the Bengals. The Browns got them at the first, but I think that the Bengals are going to get it because the Cleveland Browns are completely just disintegrating before our eyes. Got Washington versus the Cowboys. I'm going to go with Washington because I don't see the Cowboys winning another game this entire year. We've got the Texans versus Packers. I'm actually going to go with the Texans over the Packers. I think that Deshaun Watson is on the rise, and I think JJ Watt is an incredible defensive guru. And we saw what happened last week when Aaron Rodgers' offense faces a good defense. We saw what happened there. Going to go with then we've got the Falcons versus the Lions. This is a game where somebody should win this game. I'm going to go with the Lions because I don't believe in the Falcons at all. We've got the Titans versus the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Titans. I think it's about time that the Steelers lost. Then we've got the Cardinals versus Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks because it's got the MVP of the league. Then we've got the Broncos versus the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. And congratulations to Patrick Mahomes because he's going to be a hashtag girl dad. So excited for him. We've got the Chargers versus the Jags. I'm going to go with the Chargers because why would I pick the Jags? We've got the Pats versus the Niners. I'm going to go with the Niners. We've got the Raiders versus the Bucks. I'm going to go with the Bucks because I believe in Tom Brady. And then our last game, we've got the Rams versus the Bears. I'm going to go with the Bears because I believe in Nick Foles, and I think that Nick Foles is a brilliant quarterback. So that is all for this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. So I'll catch you all next week. Bye.